Today's recipe, we're gonna show you how to make a Cajun feast for 8 people on your Traeger grill. So let's head out, get that grill started, and then let's get cooking. Well, we went ahead and topped it off with our Ace Reserve Blend pellets, and now we're gonna set our cooking temp to start today at 450 degrees. That's gonna get everything up to speed. We'll hit ignite, and we are set and ready to go. While the Traeger is preheating, we'll go ahead and add our Dutch oven. That's gonna be the start of some amazing jambalaya today. For our ingredients today, we've got enough food here to serve 8 people. Now, keep in mind, if you want to feed 4, cut it in half. If you're looking to feed 16, multiply this by 2, and you've got enough to feed a crowd. We're going to start off with some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We've got bacon. We've got some spicy andouille sausage, a little bit of garlic for us as well, and then the Trinity, white onion, green pepper, and celery. Now, we're going to add some ground tomatoes and some diced fire-roasted tomatoes to give it some depth of flavor as well, and then a little bit of chicken stock. Rounding out the flavor today, you know, we've got a ton of different rubs and sauces available at your local Ace Hardware. Today, we're gonna use my own signature line, Bayou Dust, a little bit of our herb rub fishy, and then for a little bit of heat, some of that fire salt. Now, an entree wouldn't be complete without a side dish. So today, we're gonna do just some basic roasted sweet potato wedges. So we've got some sweet potatoes, a little bit of oil, and then just keeping it simple with a little bit of salt and pepper. Rounding it out, dessert in the Dutch oven today is going to be amazing. We've got blueberry pie filling, some peach pie filling. We're actually gonna use oatmeal cookie dough to make a beautiful, wonderful, amazing peach and blueberry cobbler. That's it, simple ingredients. We did all the prep for you. So let's head out, let's get started on that jambalaya. Okay, we're all preheated. We're gonna go ahead and add that bacon. Now, we're gonna let this go for about 10 minutes because our ultimate goal is to get this rendered off and get a little bit of color on there. So we'll go ahead, get this set. We'll put this down into a small little pile like that, but we'll let the heat from that Dutch oven take care of it. We'll go ahead and close this, let it cook for 10 minutes. So while the bacon is rendering for the jambalaya, time to head in and get our potato wedges done. Now, I've already wedged some of these up. So what I'm gonna do very carefully, I like to set the knife first and then just push right down through there and lay these guys out flat, right? And then I'll set my knife again, go through there, and then I'm gonna make my wedges. So we'll carefully set our knife again and make those beautiful wedges. Just be careful, you guys. You don't want these potatoes to roll around, but usually once I have that knife set, we are in a good place. So now what we'll do is go ahead and add these into our bowl like that. We'll go ahead and hit them with a little bit of oil, just enough to coat, nothing too crazy. And then we'll hit them with a little bit of salt like that. And I'm just using a nice kosher salt that I have, and then a little bit of fresh ground pepper like so. Then we'll toss these guys up, get them all seasoned, then we'll get them onto the roasting rack, get ready to get them on the Traeger. Right after 10 minutes, it is time to add our andouille sausage. Time to add our chicken as well. Now we'll go ahead and get this mixed in, and we're gonna close it and let this cook again for another 10 minutes. So we'll get that shut, we'll get it all mixed in, let it go, 10 minutes. All right, here we are after that 10 minutes of cooking. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our garlic, and then we're gonna add our Trinity, which is our green peppers, our celery, and our onions. So now what we'll do is go ahead and give that a good stir like that. We'll get that all mixed in, get everything going. You can see that chicken and andouille are cooking nicely. And guess what? Time to push that back in the grill. 10 minutes, we'll let that cook for 10 minutes. We're all mixed up. You can see everything is cooking along nicely. After that 10 minutes of cooking those veggies, time to add the diced tomatoes, time to add our ground tomatoes, and then we're gonna go ahead and season it up. So I'm gonna season it with a couple tablespoons of Bayou Dust, 1 tablespoon of fishy to get that herb flavor, and then a couple tablespoons of fire salt to get some heat in there. Now, we'll also go ahead and add our cup of chicken stock, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start getting this all mixed up and combined. So while the jambalaya is cooking, guess what? It is time to get the dessert part done today. So we've got our cobbler, right? And now, like I said, I'm going a little bit easy today. I pushed the easy button because I'm actually using oatmeal cookie mix. So we're gonna add half a cup of whole milk and then 1 stick of butter that we just lightly melted on the Traeger. Now what I'm going to do for the cobbler topping, if you will, is I'm gonna go ahead and just mix this up by hand like that. Let it get all nice and stirred up and form a little cookie dough. And guess what, you guys? We're good. Making it easy, right? Like I said, we pushed the easy button today, and I'm pretty excited about that. We went ahead and added the peach pie filling. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the blueberry pie filling in there like so. Make sure you scrape out all that goodness out of that bowl, right? All right, so carefully, I just like to kind of mix this up here, almost get it to be a little marbled, if you will, but nothing too crazy. And we'll get that all stirred out, flattened out like so. All right, next up, it is time to add our cobbler topping, AKA oatmeal cookie dough. All right, so we started adding our cookie dough topping, AKA cobbler topping like that. Now, I'm gonna use the entire package. So everything that I mixed, I'm gonna use, just kind of dropping it in little clumps here. It's gonna spread and form a beautiful little crust, but I'll tell you what, this is going to be absolutely amazing. And the best part is super easy because we did a little bit of speed scratch, if you will. If you wanna do it from scratch, you totally can, but I'll tell you what, this is gonna be awesome. All right, we've got our sweet potatoes on our roasting rack. We'll go ahead and add those, and we will add our cobbler to the top. Look at this, everything on the Traeger. Now, we're gonna let everything go for 30 minutes. That's gonna give us perfect jambalaya, roasted potatoes, and a beautiful cobbler. Here we are right after 15 minutes. You can see we've got the cobbler doing its thing. That jambalaya looks absolutely fantastic, simmering nicely, and we're starting to get some beautiful color on our potatoes as well. So we have 15 minutes left to go. I think we're gonna be in a good place. Oh, smells amazing out here. Okay, here we are right at 30 minutes. Now, tell you what, the jambalaya, totally done. The potatoes, totally done. Come up here though, check out the cobbler. We still have a couple minutes. So what I'm gonna do is pull the jambalaya and the potatoes off. I'm gonna leave that on for 5 more minutes. A Cajun feast for 8 people in about an hour and 5 minutes cook time on our Traeger. That is something pretty cool. Now, if you're looking for something else that's pretty cool, our shrimp video, that is coming up next.